There she is by the lake, she's crying uncontrollably. A log has befallen upon her, and I'm trying my level best to understand the situation, and the intensity of the damage is quite immense. It's rather immense. She's feeling a lot of pain. The way she's crying, the way she's calling on to a member of number one, it's really disturbing. Her name is Beck, and I'm not really sure if that's her real name, but I could get that she was trying very much to call for a friend Bengali who I was working with. Bengali is also from Group 1, and Bengali, we were just walking in the forest and he was just my guide for the moment when I lost all the members of Group 2. And Sage was our leader and he was not even responsible, he was not even around. And I was feeling like in a bit of a situation where he's not even around, he's not able to pick up from where I left off, like he has disappeared, and I'm left in a situation where I cannot try to maneuver myself out of it, and it was really becoming impossible for me to understand and comprehend of the results of the situation. And this girl Beck, she's really crying, and no one is there looking after her, no one is able to answer to her calls. And I'm here with Bengali, we are on the other side of the forest, and she is in dire need of our help. She wants to get out of the situation, which is really disturbing her. She is just minutes away from death, and the log that has befallen upon her is quite big. And I'm really not the one supposed to tell you this, but I could see that it had smashed the better part of her left leg, and I could say that amputation was the best solution after this if she was to go to a surgery or so. And Bengali, on the other hand, he was water phobic. He never liked water a bit. The only scenario where he'd be caught around water is when he was taking a bath, which he hardly did, sorry to say. And he was in a tricky bit of situation where we were on the other side of the of the river, and Beck is on the other side, and she's really crying, calling out to us for her to be helped. And Bengali is waterphobic, and she is looking at me and is saying that you cannot be serious, I cannot go over the water. Like, it's really crazy, it's really something that he cannot do. And he's telling me that he has not had better scenarios when he's in the water, because every time he opens up his eyes, he always seems to feel as if water is like taking over all over him, and that really makes him feel like he's not ready. So I break to him and I shoot a bomb onto him and tell him I cannot swim, but I really do want to help Beck, because we are in this together, and this forest is really playing tricks on us. It's making us do things that are extraordinary. It's fucking up with our fears. And I'm really so depressed, and I want to help people. I do not want them to reach point zero. I want them to get out of the mess. And Bengali suggests that we can do helping a little bit, and it does occur to me that we are in this forest, and this forest is commonly known for having wild animals, not unless it was a rampage. But I could swear on my dog's grave that I had a leopard, and it was so loud, like it was growling, and I, I felt like, had it been released or had it been nearer to where Beck was, it would have torn her to pieces, torn her to shreds, and made a piece of cake out of her. Like, imagine that. So it was approaching nighttime, and it was time to maybe see what we could do, because we were just kids. We wanted to do the most of what we were doing. It started off as a cool experience where we're going to the forest and nature is inviting us, but we never knew what we were going into. It was just a forest which was a dumping site of bodies and people who were about to die, and I'm feeling as if like the forest was maybe cursed or something of sort, and I could hear the night, the crickets, they were so loud. I could hear the owls, they were doing their noises, they are howling, and then it was very aggressive, and I was starting to have deep heart palpitations, and they were so spasmodic to the level that I was starting to sweat. I was starting to reminisce of good times, but then I cannot even recall for a moment where I was feeling okay, and it was very sensitive, and emotions were getting the better of me. I was even trying not to panic, but my body was so disappointing me, and adrenaline was so flowing in my veins, and I was not really able to maneuver this. And I was thinking of Sage, yes, our group leader of group 2. What could he have done? Like, he was so benevolent, he was so rigid, he was so vivid, and whenever he made plans to help us, whenever he did something, it was for the betterment of all the group members. And he never once thought of himself. Only that he had times for himself, but he only saw the better part of us. He was a team leader, and I acknowledged and admired his team spirit because he was so influential to the level that he was selfless in demand. So I started thinking, what could he have done? Because he's the leader, he's everything, he's just like Messi in this Argentina. So I told Bengali, like, okay, you do not like seeing water and I cannot swim, so I can help you maneuver across the water. You can just blindfold yourself, and then we start going one by one, and I will reach the shore and you will get into the water, but you will be blindfolded and I will be on the shore, and I will direct you to wherever you want to go. So you just have to trust me. We're starting to walk, and I feel a bit, my stomach is telling me like this is not the right thing to do, because this is a forest, and it's not just any forest. Animals are flocking around it, and we could see that other than leopards, you could know that for sure a fact the river is infested with hippopotamus and crocodiles. And I'm trying to send a friend to go and sell somebody who I'm not even sure I know of, but I'm just in the verge of desperation, and I'm trying to maneuver my way out of it. And I'm seeing a head pop out of the water, and I've just told Bengali to go inside the water blindfolded. Now I'm in a tricky bit, and I'm in a situation where I kind of sacrificed Bengali, and he's going straight to the water. On the other hand, Beck is on the forest. Leopards are on the loose. The owls are creaking in, and they are so disturbing. I could hear the voices. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to do. And I cannot call my father or my mother. I cannot call anybody, for they are not anywhere near my vicinity. So this is what I actually did. I just went and told Bengali, you can start doing that.